Hello everybody and welcome to another live stream here on the Brit YouTube channel. This is actually my first live stream in 20 days, which feels like a really long time. So first of all, I apologise for not live streaming for a couple of weeks. I've been super busy at drama school and it has just hit half term, which means I have a week to rest, recuperate and build some Lego, and that's what I plan to do today. I just realised my hair is really a mess, so I apologise. It's kind of a bird's nest, but the bird's nest look is what we're going with today. I am building the LEGO Star Wars Home 1 Starcruiser set today, set 75405, and it is the last LEGO Star Wars mini-scale set I need to build. No! Oh, I just realised, I thought that was true. I've actually got to get the Kylo Ren shuttle now. I thought, I'd put it on my Instagram as well. I can't wait to complete my... No, I'm not, because I don't have that Kylo Ren shuttle. Well, look, I'm excited nonetheless to build this set right here. So, welcome on into the live stream. Venator Bricks, Brick Flare, Trevor's Videos, Phoenix Demand, Blocks Brick, Canadian Lego Dude, Fraser O'Neill. Really good to have so many of you guys here. Please do hit the like button. There's a donation goal up there. It would mean a lot to me if you use the link in the description to support my channel. My channel is a fan-funded project. There's no real income from ads at the moment because I've chosen to go down the musicals and Lego route, which, let's face it, isn't as big of an audience as Lego Star Wars videos. So here I am, and I would love it if people wanted to support me with a donation with the link in the description. But speaking of my videos, I do want to do a cheeky plug at the start of this, just to say, please do watch my latest video. It is Six the Musical in Lego, and I absolutely get it is probably not for a massive audience because, how many people are going to be Lego Star Wars fans compared to how many people are going to be Six the Musical and Lego fans. But still, I would really appreciate it if you guys just headed over to my video, dropped a like and left a comment, say you came from the live stream if you like, and that would be great. The videos aren't performing that well, but you know what? I just do it because I enjoy it at this point, and it's wonderful to have a community of you guys that are still showing up, and that's honestly the most important thing to me at this point. Oh dear, it's very, very bird's nesty hair today, but that's fine. Welcome, Techno Stards. Good to see you. Sorry I missed some of your streams. I've been watching Solver Tom. I don't know who that is, but that's cool. Always good to find new channels to watch. Hello, Trevor. Thank you for my friend. Oh, no, that's to Blocks Bricks, but that's from Blocks Bricks. Hello, Blocks Bricks. So excited about your, your arriving baby. Like, that's just so exciting. So I can't wait to meet him virtually and then in person one day as well. That would be amazing. Spare parts. Hello. I'm just going to double check that my plug is turned. No, it isn't. There we go. I just don't want my laptop to die mid-live stream. So, I'm building the Home 1 set. I don't know if my build cam is still going to... Ooh, okay. No, it's not bad. So, there we go. We're going to get on with some building. I thought, oh, it's a small set, a bit like the Venator, which only has something like 3 bags. This one has like 5, so I don't actually think we'll be able to get it all done. So, I might be sued for some false advertising on my Instagram saying I'm going to complete my midi-scale collection, which I'm not, and I'm going to build it all in one stream, which it looks like I might not do that either. But here we are. Let's pop this out like so. Vader Bricks, hello, coming back after nearly 5 years, lol. Well, welcome to the channel. I don't think it's quite 5 years. I mean, maybe, yeah, to be fair, if you watched at the beginning when I was just started, then yeah, it would be almost 5 years, which is absolutely crazy. It's 1 week before baby's due. That's so exciting. So exciting, Ed. I'm so excited for you. I'm trying not to drop a huge number of pieces on the floor currently, but failing as well. So just bear with me. Quite a few parts here, particularly little ones. So there's one there, and then there's one there. Great. Okay, let's move those all there. Afraid that this is probably the best angle you'll get when it comes to the build cam, just because, well, I don't have much space here in my student accommodation. But I'm going to make do and enjoy building this mini-scale set anyways. I'll go back to my face cam, though. First, why do Americans spell colorized wrong? Well, Americans spell color like color, and we put the U in there. I would say it's wrong, but I'm sure an American would say it's right. I'm waiting for this set to go on sale. It looks super cool. Yes, I think I bought this one on sale. I don't think I paid full price for it. I'll show you guys. A collaborative atmosphere is what it says. Originally, Mon Calamari shipyard Starcruisers were designed to accommodate their native amphibious Mon Cala crew. Water-filled passive tubes made it quicker for them to move through the starship. However, it was rebuilt for battle and provides breathable atmospheres to comfortably accommodate non-amphibious personnel. Interesting. Interesting. So, we're going to get started then. I actually don't know if there are any little Easter eggs. Sometimes in these MIDI scale sets, you get little Easter eggs, references to the films, but I don't know how much of the inside of the home one that we actually see in Star Wars, so I'm sure that we would have seen it in, I don't know, books or stuff, but maybe in Return of the Jedi, which I think is where the home one is originally from. I have to replace my water heater, so I'm in and out of stream, but hit the like button. No worries, Bloxbricks, no worries. Hope all is sorted, especially with the baby on the way, but so excited for you. And please keep me posted. Please keep me posted. You are in my prayers. A lot has changed. I know. I've certainly changed. Anna Banana Bricks, I don't know if she's here, but she posted a video on the Brick Brit moderators group chat of like a montage of me. And I just realized like I've literally had my whole childhood and teenage years all up on YouTube for the world to see, which is kind of crazy. But you know what? So much good stuff, so many happy memories, and so many Lego sets indeed. So many Lego sets that I built. And I've amassed quite the collection. Well, I had a pretty good collection to begin with, but ultimately YouTube has been an amazing thing for me, and that's why I continue to do it. If I were doing it for views or whatever, I would have quit a long time ago. There are some nice Easter eggs in this set. Where I like chocolate. No, won't spoil it for you. Okay. Nice. I'm assuming there's going to be a little Admiral Akbar. Like, that is what I would guess, because I'm pretty sure this is his ship, right? This is Admiral Akbar's ship. I'm trying to find this piece. Where is it? Basically trying to ruffle through pieces without knocking them all on the floor. Yes. But if you've got any questions or anything, please do drop them in the comments. More than happy to answer any discussions you guys want to have. I'm thinking particularly, I think last time we were live. In fact, no, I don't want to talk about Andor just yet. Don't want to talk about Andor. But we will. At some point, we'll have a deep dive into the ending of Andor. But I don't want to do that just yet. Where is that? But it was very good. We can talk about Tales of the Underworld, though. If there are any Star Wars fans who watched that are interested in having a chat. Where is that piece? It'll be here somewhere. It's really hot, so I'm actually going to put the air conditioning on, so bear with me. I don't know why it's so hot. Whew. Okay, right. Why did you change your name from the Lego Brit? This is a long time ago, but it's wonderful to have someone here that doesn't know the answer, because that means that you're tuning in for the first time in a while. I changed it from the Lego Brit because my goal was, and still is, to one day get into the Lego Ambassador Network, and to do that, you can't have Lego in your name because it could infringe on Lego's copyright, so they're less likely to accept you, or I think it's a rule that you're not allowed to use it. So I changed that, and the same reason I changed my profile picture from not having a Lego minifigure in it, so I changed it to have my face in it. So all hopefully so that Lan goes, hey, we like you. So please, Lan, if you're watching this, like, I've slaved away for 5 years. I feel like I've earned my place. Apologies that I've not been around much for your streams to Chuckling Live. No, totally fine, Trevor, totally fine. Hope you and the boys are doing well. Arsenal X, hey Judo, remember HR Studios? Well, that's me. I just rebranded my channel. It's been a while since I've been here, but it's good to see you again. Great to see you. Great to see you, Arsenal X, HR Studios. Really welcome to the live stream. I don't know what the like count is, but let's keep it going. I'm rather perplexed because there's definitely a piece that... Well, I don't want to say it's missing because it can't be missing. Because... Oh, no, it's there. It's there. The minute I said it's missing, and it shows up. Pink Chocolate VR, welcome. It's really nice to have so many people here this early on in the live stream. I don't know how long I'm going to live stream for, but I'm just going to chill, enjoy it, and yeah, how's everybody's weekends going? Let's start there. Anyone getting up to anything fun this weekend? I'm really looking forward to going home for half term. I go home on Monday, and I'll enjoy some time with the family. Ooh, that's so cool. Well, our first Easter egg of the set here, you've got an Ahsoka and Hera and Morgan Elsbeth. Is it Ahsoka and Hera? Yes, Ahsoka, Hera, and the hologram. Yeah, that's really cool. I'll show you guys. So, does this technically mean it's an Ahsoka-themed Lego set? No, I don't think so, but still, so cool. I didn't realise that. You've got a few little studs representing Ahsoka and Hera inside the home one, which I think is just epic. So, yeah, very cool. Please don't forget to smash that like button. Yes, guys, please do like the stream. It just promotes the stream to more people. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And if you do want to donate to support my channel, the link is in the description as always. And could support actually completing the LEGO Star Wars mini-scale collection. After I told everyone that's what I was going to do today, and then realised just as I started that there's technically another one. Why are YouTubers outside of America so kind and engage with their comments more? Well, I feel like Ed is certainly the exception, so I wouldn't want to bash all American YouTubers. I mean, in the LEGO community, I suppose the larger of a channel and the larger of audience you have, the less likely you engage with them. But it's true, I've been in the LEGO community for a while now, nearly 5 years, as was pointed out, making me feel quite old. So, yeah, there's certainly channels that engage more. I think I'm probably one of the most engaging, not, well, engaging, like, interesting, but as in I engage with my viewers probably the most out of my, I don't know, cohort of LEGO creators, probably because I have a smaller live stream audience. But you know what? I have a small live stream audience that's more like a family, and I'd much rather that than a bunch of viewers that don't engage. Technically, it's an Ahsoka set because of that. Well, that's what I was thinking, yeah. I'm having KFC today. That's my weekend. Well, good for you. Good for you. I haven't had KFC in a long, long time. I have a memory of having KFC when I was younger and my brother throwing up. That's literally the only thing I think of when I think of KFC. So, it's not particularly something that I enjoy. But I'm not really a massive fast food person anyway. I had a good fish and chips for my dinner earlier. Nice. Can't go wrong with the fish and chips on... I was going to say Friday. It's Saturday, isn't it? Fish and chips on Saturday. Controversial. I had pizza yesterday, and then today I had shepherd's pie for dinner. So, little ready meals really helping me out as a student. I join in and he says, I slaved away. Okay, right. Hope everything is going well for you at college. Yeah, thank you so much, Trevor. I am loving it. I'm literally probably the happiest I've been in terms of being in education, because I just love it. I'm doing what I love. I'm giving everything and learning so much, improving, and it's amazing, the opportunity to train at a really amazing drama school. So I'm just giving it everything, and that's obviously why I'm not posting as much as I used to on YouTube, but I try. I was planning out a video today, getting some images and things ready to use for the video, so there will be more content. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. But do check out my video about Six the Musical in LEGO. It would be much appreciated if we got the view count on that up to 250. Let's see the UK, Great Britain, Northern Ireland flag. I don't have it. I left it at home. I thought someone might comment. I actually don't have it, so I'm going to have to bring it back when I come home after half term. I left it at home. So I'm really sorry, but I don't have the Union Jack with me today. Which is crazy, I know. But I've got the on-air sign. I just forgot to bring the Union Jack back. So, that was misfortunate. Please don't forget to smash the like button. Yes, everybody, please do hit the like button. I'm not okay. Oh, well, I hope you are. I hope you are. But it's okay not to be okay. Mental health matters. By the way, I did do the ice bucket challenge. Do you remember when the ice... Well, it was a couple of weeks ago now, but my audience, my Brick Brit audience wouldn't have seen it. But I assume you all know that the ice bucket challenge came back and did the rounds. I nominated my cousin, who never did it, which was not impressive. A friend who never did it, but a friend who did do it. So there we go. We had 1 out of 3 who did it. I won't show you the bit where I'm name dropping people, but I will show you where I get dunked. So, right, here we go. This is me doing the ice bucket challenge. Right, this was from April, end of April, so nearly a month ago, when it was all doing the rounds and everything, and it kind of came in and went out very quickly. But this is me doing the ice bucket challenge. So, yeah, hang on. Where is it? Yeah, I had an icy bucket of water thrown over my head. So, I don't know why that came up. Why did that come up? I can't remember now. Oh, it's okay not to be okay, and I was like, oh, mental health matters, and then I had to do the... Yeah, ice bucket challenge. I did take part, because, any cause, any sort of mental health related cause, I'm happy to go for. I did think, oh, is it going to come into the LEGO community, and it didn't, thankfully, so I was spared from having to do it a second time. I know it did miss my hair. It did miss my hair, which meant that it went down my back, which was probably worse in the grand scheme of things, because I had to stand up, and I had all that... Yes, I did donate to the charity. It wasn't ALS this time, it was Mind. ALS was last time it happened, which was 10 years ago. And then this time was, I think it was USC Mind. Paul Khan has tipped £10 with a link in the description. Thank you so much for the donation, Paul. Thank you so much. Very grateful. Look at that. You can see big dent in our donation goal. Really grateful for your support, Paul Khan. Thank you very much. And yeah, thank you so much for the support. The Lego Bucket Challenge. That would have been something. That would have been something. Yeah. But thank you, Paul Khan, for the donation. What a great way to get the live stream started. I will show you what I've done so far. It isn't very much, but you can see some things are happening here. I'm not just sat here idly doing nothing. But big shout out to Paul Khan. Thank you so much for the donation there. Cold Lego Bucket Challenge. Yeah, no, that probably would have been more painful. But I was saying it was quite painful because it went down my back. And then I had giant icy chunks down my back. And, well, proceeded to... Well, I don't need to explain. Anyway, I was cold in many places. Let's just put it that way. So, yeah, it was quite painful, to be fair, when I stood up and I just went, ah. Yeah, that bit was cut out the video that I posted because I didn't particularly want my friends and family to see me, well, standing up and almost hopping from the chair to the house so that I could essentially take my clothes off and get the ice off. But that was fun. That was fun. Lego bright blue and white circle 1x1 stud challenge. Yeah, it would have been a good idea. I think Lego could have capitalized on it, certainly. Oh, that doesn't sound... Oh, how not... Hello, Flowbricks and Vaderbricks as well. Yeah. Yeah. Why are you doing the Ice Bucket Challenge? You need to do the Lego Bucket Challenge. You did £5 of Lego over your head. Oh, my word. Well, that wasn't something that I was aware of was happening and probably for the best. Did I get anything for May the 4th? I did. So, I did post on my Instagram my May the 4th haul, and I think I posted it on my YouTube community tab, but you may not have seen it. So, my big purchase, which took me a long while of saving, and a massive thank you to every single person that donated on my live streams over the past, must be like 6 months. It took a long time to get there, but we did. With me doing a little bit of work myself on the side, I was able to afford the Jango Fett's Starship. Oh dear. Starship. That was not... Okay. Well, that was very misfortunate that came out. Jango Fett's Starship Ultimate Collector Series set. The Camino training facility gift with purchase, the U-Wing set, and the Luke Skywalker brickhead. Was there anything else? Oh, I got the free promo, so I got the Millennium Falcon polybag, the Jango Fett coin, and did he just swear? No, I didn't. Not alright, not intentionally. I was not intentional. It was because I just had a cup of tea, and look, we don't talk about it, right? I'm sure it's going to end up clipped and on my moderators group chat later, so that's going to be fun. No, I said Jango Fett Starship. If you heard anything else, then you need to get your mind out the gutter. Phoenix Demand, did you build a Death Star? No, but I am saving for a Death Star. I am saving because rumour has it Lego could be bringing out a huge Death Star at the end of the year. Obviously, it's a rumour. Obviously, take it with a pinch of salt. But could be a giant UCS Death Star. So I am saving up, which means that it's going to take quite a while of saving. So, of course, any donations, like the one Paul Khan put in, would go towards that. So, would be very grateful if people could help us get on our donation goals for my live streams, because if we consistently hit that, we should be able to do a Death Star stream. If that happens, we'll see. But yes, I did get some stuff for May the 4th. I haven't built the Starship or the U-Wing or the Brickhead. I haven't built any of my May the 4th stuff yet because I've been so busy. So my big stuff was delivered at home. So my Jango Fett Starship and the U-Wing, that was delivered at home. The U-Wing, the Brickhead is here at my student accommodation. I just haven't gotten around to building it yet. And the home one I've had for a while because I did buy it fairly cheap. I think I got it on sale. So yeah, that's my Lego haul. And really excited to build up that set. Maybe I'll do it over half time. I don't know. Part of me wants to save it to do over the summer, but part of me wants to just get home and do it. But I do need to do a live stream. I need to do a live series if I'm to do that, and I can't do that in half term. So maybe I build the U-Wing from Andor in my own time, and then save the Slave One. Starship. Save that First TLB stream in a while and I'm loving it. Well, so glad to hear you're enjoying it, Beta Bricks. We've got 18 people watching, which honestly is really, really good. I'm genuinely very surprised. Thank you so much to every single person that's watching right now from wherever you're watching, for however long you're watching for. Thank you for being here right now. Please do hit the like button. It really means a lot to me that nearly 5 years, we've still got a decent live stream audience, which is just wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Because I don't have a Lego studio. I'm literally in my bedroom, my kitchen, my bathroom's just there. I'm in a student accommodation and don't have an impressive Lego display, so you're literally just watching for me. And to think that 18 people are watching for me is just wonderful. So thank you so much. After the Death Star is your... I said that in a very posh way, didn't it? Death Star. After the Death Star is your next goal, the Millennium Falcon. I own the Millennium Falcon. I own the UCS Millennium Falcon, which is just incredible, because if you told, I don't know, 14-year-old Judah that he'd own the UCS Millennium Falcon, he wouldn't believe you. So I own that one. It's huge. It's at my grandparents' house, which reminds me I need to bring the Lego vacuum cleaner. No, I left that. I left that back. I left that at home. Anyway, yeah, it's at my grandparents' house, so I have that one. Which is awesome. Afraid I've got to head out, although, bye Green Goose, by the way, bye, thank you so much for tuning in. Although, moving it up and down the stairs is always like, I'm holding my breath while I'm doing that, because my grandparents frequently host family get-togethers. All the family come round and just enjoy a meal and celebrate a birthday or Christmas or Easter or something like that, which is amazing. But it means that they need the space on their coffee table for teas, coffees, and, you know, for Easter it was chocolate eggs or whatever. So I had to move the UCS Falcon upstairs and then back downstairs after Easter. Oh my word, I just have these nightmares. I think every time we need to film it, just in case something goes wrong. Thankfully, it hasn't, and I'm pretty good, I'd like to say, at, you know, getting it down and up in one piece. But, yeah, I have had some casualties, though. The TIE Interceptor, quite a shaky set to move, I must say. Really not a fan of moving that one. Something in the design of that one, because actually, I think within the TIE Interceptor itself, they had to add a fix to the stand, because the stand was collapsing. So, something to do with the TIE Interceptor design. And the UCS X-Wing is also kind of iffy. I think... Yeah, but I think I might have built the TIE Interceptor slightly wrong anyway, so maybe that's why it's falling apart. But I'm choosing to ignore that because I know all the pieces are there, so I can just live my life. Maybe over half term I'll go over and sit down and be like, right, I'm going to fix this. We'll see. Hey, I'm 14. Predict my next biggest Lego set. I don't know. If I was 14, my biggest Lego set would be like... I don't know. Maybe like the Dark Falcon or something like that. Bro, I hate the TIE Interceptor. I'm on my 4th time rebuilding it. I'm so glad it's not just me. Like, I barely ever complain about Lego sets being unstable, which is why I was so surprised that trying to pick up the TIE Interceptor, it would just crumble. It would just crumble, and I'd be like, what's going on? And I've had to rebuild the wings a couple of times now, and I need to work on the cockpit. So the stand, there is a fix. Have you seen the fix? There is a fix to the stand collapsing issue, which is you put a couple of Technic pins in, which you get as spares anyway. I think Solid Brick Studios did a video about that, so which is an official Lego fix. So that fixed the stand problem, but it's just very shaky. So the TIE Interceptor is not a set I'd recommend for anyone who needs to be moving their Lego sets around quite frequently. Gotta go, my grandma and grandpa just got here. No worries, Cole. Thank you so much for tuning in. Drop a like if you haven't already on your way out, and have a nice time with your grandparents. Not going to be able to stay for long, have to go eat some lunch, but I will drop a like. Thank you, Brick Builder Bell. Thank you. LFNP Prowl. Hello. Hi. Lego Tools Nice says, how are you today? I'm great, thanks. Doing really well. I've had a fairly busy day. This morning I was up fairly early actually because I'm singing at church next week and we had a little rehearsal, so I was there between 10 and 12, came back and I got on with some assignments. I practiced for some big singing assessments that we've got after the half-term break, so been working on that, working on a bit of an essay as well, and then sat down and watched some This Is Us, which is a wonderful series. And I'm rewatching it, actually. Really would recommend it to anyone who's a fan of stories of family, but it's drama, and it's really good. So anyone who's got time to watch 6 seasons of excellent television, it's on Disney Plus, I think. So watch that. And here I am. So pretty good day after all. My biggest set of 14 was the 08 Death Star. I mean, that's crazy. I always wanted the Death Star. I've said that probably many times on my channel. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. So we've got a A-Wing. Have a look at that. A green mini A-Wing build to put inside the home one. So that's cool. I'm glad that they add these little Easter eggs inside the, inside the set, because it just makes it so much more interesting. So I'll show you guys so far. We've got, that's supposed to be, oh, where is it? That's supposed to be Hera and Ahsoka talking to, I think, Mon Mothma on the hologram, but obviously you can't see her, but you can kind of make out what they're meant to be there. And then an A-Wing. So some nice details for a set that's so small. Still high on my heels for Andor, best Star Wars show, and may even be a top 5-10 show of all time. Oh yeah, I think Andor Season 2 upped the stakes. I think compared to Season 1, it was leaps and bounds better. I think releasing episodes 3 at a time made a massive difference. Absolutely huge difference. Because it meant that we did get some action each sort of 3 episodes. There were times, you might say I have a short attention span. There were times in the middle of Season 2 where I just thought, please give us some action. Like, we've been building up to something for such a long time. But then, of course, the end, the last 3-4 episodes were really excellent television. Back to back, fantastic episodes. And actually, I believe they are some of the highest, I think, out of the top 10 highest rated IMDb Star Wars episodes of TV, this is, 9 out of those 10 are from Andor. I think 8 are from Andor Season 2. So it really crushed. It crushed it in terms of reviews. If you're interested, I think the top is The Rescue, which is the final episode of The Mandalorian Season 2, which I agree is the best episode of Star Wars television. Like, I remember watching that. It was just fantastic. And then the other one from Andor Season 1 was One Way Out. One Way Out, One Way Out, which was a great episode. So thoroughly looking forward to rewatching Andor Season 2 with my grandparents. Really looking forward to enjoying that together. And I'll actually watch it again with my dad. So I'll get to see it and experience it again. I've just got to watch multiple episodes in a row. But thoroughly enjoyed it. Really, impressed. Loads of themes. Very political. Really interesting, actually. The whole road to fascism. It takes you on that journey and makes the Empire really quite scary and formidable. Sure, there could have been a few cool cameos in there that weren't, but generally it's a really, really good season of television. And I really want to watch Rogue One again now. 9.9 is very impressive on IMDb. Those episodes are up there with the likes of Breaking Bad. Yeah. I think it was 9.9, wasn't it? I think it was was it the last episode of Andor that got a 9.9? And The Mandalorian, the final episode of Mando Season 2, where, if you don't remember, that's the one where Luke Skywalker shows up in the X-Wing and saves Grogu, and just glorious TV. Before it was kind of undermined by what happened in the Book of Boba Fett, but take that on its own was a beautiful episode of television. Can you post a clip of me saying Starship? Go for it, just tag me. If you want to post anything from the live streams, you can, I don't mind. Oh, it was the Massacre one, was it? Okay. Interesting. I'm just going to turn the aircon off because it's actually getting a little bit cold. You should watch Andor, but watch it in chunks. I couldn't watch it one episode at a time, but definitely watch it in chunks. Okay. We are half an hour through the live stream. So thank you so much to the 17 people that are still here, which is brilliant. So, I swear. No, if you look up the top 10 Star Wars shows, Mando is at the top. I can't be wrong. I'm not wrong, because I definitely saw an Instagram. Hang on. Top Star Wars shows IMDb episodes. Best Star Wars TV episodes. List order. IMDb rating. Okay, so the top one I'm on here is from the top. Oh, why is Andor not on there? Is it really? 9 Star Wars. Wait. You think is it gone? Star Wars best show makes history on IMDb. Is it really? It's earned a stunning live action TV record. I'm just reading. So Who are you? Okay. Okay. So, interesting. Interesting. So, the list here on IMDb is, if you guys are interested, if you're not, well, everyone just left, so maybe you're not interested in the IMDb scores of Star Wars TV episodes, but you might be. Here we go. Yeah, Battlefront 3. We need a Battlefront 3. The list goes Andor and The Mandalorian tied, Season 2, Episode 8, both of them, which is Who Are You and The Rescue, both of which got 9.8 out of 10. Then you've got 3 episodes from Andor Season 2, 1 episode from Andor Season 1, 1 episode from Andor Season 2, and then The Mandalorian Jedi, which was the Ahsoka one, and then Andor Season 1, Andor Season 1. Now, I don't necessarily think that Andor Season 1 deserves to be on that list. I think Andor Season 2 firmly does. I think that there are episodes of TV like the second to last episode of Ahsoka that I thoroughly enjoyed, or even The Mandalorian Season 3, the second to last episode of that. If I were to do a personal ranking, like Andor Season 1 wouldn't reach that list. But Andor Season 2 certainly would be within my top 10. And it's a testament to how good the critics thought that show was, that so many of them are on that list, and including joint top with The Mandalorian. I'll admit I would have been a little bit disappointed if I saw The Mandalorian get toppled from its top position, because I still, every time I watch that episode of TV, and I have watched it multiple times, it just gives me shivers. Where Luke Skywalker shows up and you got the music, it's just beautiful Star Wars, really good. But can't wait to rewatch Andor. Rick's Road, I don't know which one that is. I saw that. That's a Season 1 episode, right? One Way Out was my favourite episode of Season 1, I think. It was really, really well done. But only because it had 2 episodes of building up. So, which is why they did so well releasing 3 at a time, because it meant that I really enjoyed it. The Gorman storyline was so good, yes, but we're going to keep it spoiler-free. But yeah, absolutely, it really was good. Ric Flair. Yes, so I'm really looking forward to re-experiencing Andor over the half-term, because there's some incredible television. Oh, is the final of Season 1, is it? It was okay. I don't remember it being crazy good. Certainly not as good as Andor Season 2. But really brilliant. And it, you know, Tony Gilroy's put together pretty much a trilogy. Now, people might say to me, oh, this sounds like a bad idea. But you know what I'd love? If someone made like a Star Wars trilogy cut of Andor Season 1, Andor Season 2, and the Rogue One. So, converted Andor Season 1 into a film, converted Andor Season 2 into a film, and then had Rogue One, and then you had a trilogy. Now, I actually do think Andor works so well and so much better as a TV series than it would as a film. I think, for example, The Book of Boba Fett and Kenobi should have been films rather than TV series because there wasn't enough content. With Andor, it works as a TV series. So, I'm not suggesting that they should have done that. I'm just saying it would be quite cool to see a cut like that. So, you kind of got the Andor, almost Rise of the Rebellion trilogy. Ooh, Rise of the Rebellion. Wait for Star Wars to copy that and make a film about it. Sorry, didn't realise. No, that's fine. That's not really a spoiler anyway. Can we talk about Director Krennic from Episode 1? Spiders! Who knew Director Krennic was so camp in Andor? It was really funny. Spiders are not the only thing we want from Gorman. Technically, Victory and Death is the highest rated Star Wars. Yeah, we're talking live action though. But Victory and Death, Clone Wars finale is, again, a really, really good piece of TV. Very good indeed. Okay, I'm going to switch to the build cam so you guys can see coming together. In fact, I'll switch it so you can see. Look, you can see we've got an A-Wing build in there. We've got some characters, Ahsoka, Hera, and a hologram in there. And then, oh yay, we get Admiral Akbar. Oh, this is really cool. I didn't expect that we'd have so many little Easter eggs with, like, well, with Lego studs. How cool is that? That with just such a tiny pieces, you're putting together the scenes. Yeah, sassy Krennic, yeah. Very sassy. Okay, let's pop that there. They have that planned, a theatrical cut of the Andor finale going into Rogue One. Oh, really? Really? That would be so cool. That would be really, really good. I mean, I do not see... Hang on, I'll come back to... next year is 2026. I know, maths, which means 10 years ago, Rogue One would have released. So it's an open goal for Star Wars, really, to make loads and loads and loads of money. To say, right, we are going to put together an Andor/Rogue One cut, or just re-release Rogue One, but I think an Andor Rogue One cut would be cool for those of us who've certainly sat and watched so many hours of television. But yeah, really, really exciting. Lego would be totally missing an opportunity if they didn't do any Rogue One sets next year. A bit like they've done Force Awakens sets this year, but not, you know, labelled them Force Awakens sets, which I think they should have done. I think they should have done a little 10-year Force Awakens logo on it. Like, would have been nice to add to the collection of Lego anniversary bricks, who, you know, for the Kylo Ren helmet and the Kylo Ren shuttle. Makes sense. Interestingly, though, we got 2 Kylo Ren themed sets and not a single Kylo Ren minifigure. Not gonna lie, didn't really need 3 hours of Cass stuck in Vietnam and a rich people party. Shore Trooper helmet. Oh, Shore Trooper helmet would be cool. Cass stuck in Vietnam, rich people party. I don't know what. Oh, yes, I agree. I know what you're talking about. The weird. I think that was the first 3 episodes, right, where he was stuck. Yeah, that was weird. See, look, there were parts of Andor that I enjoyed, parts of Andor that I didn't, but overall it made great television, and I think Tony Gilroy is to be commended, because when you have a hit like Andor Season 1 was a hit. I didn't like it when it first launched, but it was a big hit, so they got greenlit for another season. I think it's crazy, though, that I think it was supposed to be a 5-season show, something like that, which would have just been insane. 5 seasons. I'm glad that didn't happen. I'm glad it didn't happen. Am I the only one who thought Rebels was great? Not at all. I grew up watching Star Wars Rebels. I loved it. I really, really enjoyed it. And I think we need to see more live-action Rebels characters. I mean, we will in Season 2 of Ahsoka, which is filming currently. But, yeah, Ahsoka I really, really enjoyed. And as someone who grew up with Star Wars Rebels, it was just really special to see them all together. So, well, not quite all together. Zeb wasn't with them then, but I'm sure he will be for Ahsoka Season 2, if not the film. I think he is going to be in the film, isn't he? Zeb. I love Melshi. Who's Melshi? I'm trying to think. Which one was Melshi? Is he like the one who was with Bix and Cassian on Ferrix? Is that Melshi? Or is he the Scottish guy? Was going to cover 5 to 0 BBY each season being a year. Yeah, like there was no way. The budget would have just been no. And I think they would have lost a lot of people. I like the way they did it. Did they feel they included more aliens this season, Andor? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. You're right for calling me out for not praising them for it. You know what? They did. And I don't know whether that was something that other people thought as well, which was why they included more aliens. But I remember Flowbricks coming up with, and Green Goose coming up with some pretty poor excuses as to why there weren't aliens in Season 1 of Andor. I remember me saying, why are there not aliens? Oh, well, the Empire exterminates the aliens. What a load of, you know, tosh. Like, there are aliens in the Star Wars universe. They should have included them in Season 1. And sure enough, in Season 2, we saw a great variety of aliens. So, yes, I love aliens in Star Wars, and you know what? They included so many of them in Andor Season 2, which is how it should be. You should never have a Star Wars show where you're sat there questioning whether it's Star Wars or not because there aren't aliens. So, yes. It was really good to see. It felt more like Star Wars. I remember the excuses that Flowbricks and Green Goose were coming up with. Oh, but there wouldn't be aliens in the prison. Of course there would be aliens in the prison. Anyway. Sorry, I'm trying to wind you up, Flowbricks. The Empire is known to hate... Yeah, but they didn't kill them all off. I know the Empire's known to hate aliens, but they didn't kill them off. Like, the entire Star Wars universe is built around there being aliens. Like, have you seen the original trilogy? Like, come on. But remember, kids, Death Star, Darth Vader doesn't support... Oh, yeah, no, yeah. The Empire... Yes, the Empire is xenophobic. You're right in saying that, but it wouldn't mean that there weren't aliens in the universe in general. But it was really interesting. Some really compelling themes in Andor Season 2 about the road to fascism, about authoritarianism, about resistance, about genocide. really interesting themes that do have a lot of parallels with the world we live in today. I won't obviously go into what those parallels are, but it's clear that there are some really big parallels between Andor and indeed the world we live, which makes it even more compelling in terms of a TV series to watch and follow. And you know what's really interesting is that people at my drama school actually watched Andor. Like, I was chatting with people at my drama school about, what did you think about the Andor episode? And one of my teachers watched it as well, and she was talking to... But they didn't watch Skeleton Crew, for example. I really like Skeleton Crew. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was a great, fun Star Wars show aimed at families, and I just thought it was really fun. A nice addition to the Star Wars universe that was separate from everything else, and I enjoyed Skeleton Crew. But it didn't attract the audience that Andor watched. Bro, they literally locked up all the Wookiees for fun. Well, I don't think it was for fun. I think it's because they knew the strength of the Wookiees, and the Wookiees could do them some pretty significant damage. If you think about Chewie alone, how much he's, bashing stormtroopers out of the way and things, whatever. Skeleton Crew top 10 most forgettable shows. What? No, Acolyte is a forgettable show. But Skeleton Crew, but that's the thing, a bit like Solo, Skeleton Crew is a nice addition to the Star Wars universe that doesn't necessarily add that much to the overall story. Solo 2, let's make it happen. But the big campaign for a Star Wars sequel isn't for Solo 2, it's for Battlefront 3. Which is something I wanted to talk about. This weekend, I believe, today, Battlefront 2, the game, actually broke a record for the most concurrent players, which I think is just fantastic. Like, how cool is that? I loved Battlefront 2. I thought it was such a good game. Haven't played it in a long time. I may go home and play it a bit over the half term, but let's get Battlefront 3. Hi Jesse, welcome to the live stream. Welcome. I remember Acolyte for being yeah, but there were so many people that were determined to hate on the Acolyte before it even started. It was surrounded with such negative reaction for really pointless reasons at points. Yeah, there were some really weird moments, like the power of 1, the power of 2, it was just stupid, but putting oddly comical moments to the side, there were some really interesting storylines in there about the path to the dark side and the arrogance of the Jedi Order, and but Ki-Adi-Mundi should have been just stop. Like, they wanted to include Ki-Adi-Mundi. His birthday wasn't canon, so yeah, sure, I don't care. Shove Ki-Adi-Mundi in there. You don't need a video of Star Wars YouTubers crying their eyes out because Ki-Adi-Mundi showed up so years earlier than he should have. Like, there were so many pointless reasons that people were annoyed with the Acolyte, but honestly, the Acolyte wasn't that bad. It was okay. It just wasn't that bad. I actually thought the mystery genre with Star Wars was quite interesting to see, and the lightsaber duels were very, very nicely done. The coolest episode was, I think it was called Night, and it was the episode where Kymir the Sith just destroyed a bunch of Jedi in the forest, all pretty much at the same time, which was quite cool, but very scary as well. So who knows what will happen with the Andor characters and not Andor, Acolyte characters, and whether we'll ever see them in live action again. Probably not, but there's some potential there for sure. But we've spoken so much about the Acolyte in the past live streams. I'm more keen to talk about Andor, and Tales of the Underworld as well was a Star Wars animated show that launched on May the 4th, no less. Said YouTuber crying over realistic issues showing how the Empire can affect anyone, but Darth Vader wouldn't support it, so we'll get it out. Oh yeah, no, it was silly. Yeah, but let me know what you think of Tales of the Underworld if you've seen that animated series. 3 episodes with Cad Bane, 3 episodes with Asajj Ventress, and I actually thought it was to the standard of Tales of the Jedi. Not quite as good, but I still really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Certainly nowhere near as bad as Tales of the Empire was, which was just abysmal. It was really terrible, that show. But there was some really nice stuff with Tales of the Underworld. Give me a show about where they go to Botan and find out about the second Death Star. Tony Gilroy can write that one as well. To be fair, Andor and the whole Rogue One thing literally comes from a paragraph in the Star Wars thing which said a small group of rebels managed to break through and steal the Death Star plans. So yeah, it's totally conceivable that, you know, that line from Mon Mothma, "Many Bothans died to bring us this information," could turn into a Star Wars TV series done by Tony Gilroy. Will it happen? Absolutely not. I think he's going to hang up his coat as such and move on with his life, and good for him because he's created some really nice Star Wars, actually. I wonder how they come up with all the different character names in Star Wars. I don't know. I don't really know. There must be some sort of create your own Star Wars name. I don't know. You just got a haircut. Very nice. Very nice. It's not letting you donate. Oh, don't worry, Jesse. Don't worry. Donating's only for people who are able to donate. But yeah, if you guys do want to donate, there is a link in the description. That's our donation goal there. It would be really cool to go for that, particularly as, well, Death Star could be coming around the corner. We hope. But do consider donating any amount with a link in the description. But it's okay if you can't. We did get a donation earlier from Paul Kahn, who I'm very grateful for that. If it weren't for those teddy bears, then the Death Star Death Squadron would have wiped out the rebels. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yo, how's uni going? Hey, Easy Fox. Hey, welcome on into the channel. It's good to have you here. Good to have you. Yeah, uni, drama school, whatever you want to call it, is going really well. I'm loving it. I'm putting a lot of my time and effort into it. So I apologize that I haven't really replied to any of your Discord messages. Partly because you do send me some things of questionable truth. Sometimes the things you send me have a grain of truth, and then it makes me want to respond to them. I just realised, you know, another time, we'll have to have a proper debate, because I can't debate with you on Discord sending me, you know, screenshots of articles that have grains of truth in but aren't totally true. And sometimes the articles you send me are truthful, but there's certain ways that they're being shifted. But anyway, it's good to have you here. Anyway, apologies for not responding to your messages. If you have any Lego questions or Star Wars questions or life questions, do message me them. But I'm not going to respond to dubious right-wing political sources. I'm not going to do that. I haven't got the time, I'm afraid. Easy Fox, you support the Empire's doing cool. Oh dear, that's really funny. Father won't let me donate. He says I can give you £2 when you come home, but I'm not doing it. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, that's a shame. I would have quite liked £2. You can buy me a coffee instead. Where is this? Hang on. I'm just gonna switch to the build cam so you guys can see. There's a few missing parts here, as you can see, that I probably should have put down. So, where is it? Hang on. Bear with me. Bear with me. Have you seen Andor, Easy Fox? Have you seen Andor? If you haven't, then Flowbrix's comment will make no sense. But if you have, then, well, that's why I chuckled. Anyway, I'll let Flowbrix cook. You support what the Empire's doing in Corman. Bro, there were literally rebel bases on Yavin 4. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm just trying to fix this. Bear with me, ladies and gents. Let's see how far you've gotten. Well, you know, not so far, but it's okay. Just got to fix this because I clearly wasn't paying too much attention. Missed this. Kind of looks like a vintage Lego X-Wing from... Yeah, I kind of see that. I can see that. Right, there's now this... We've got a couple of pieces here that are definitely not spares, so... Like, that's not a spare, that goes there. Without the wings, yeah. Right, this isn't a spare, so we've got to work out where that goes. Oh, here. Where are we? What type of haircut did you get, Phoenix to Man? Low taper fade? Is that a meme? Ow! Why am I using my fingers when I got a brick separator right here? You talk so confidently. You have people arrested for... Oh, come on, Easy Fox. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. Dear. Well, yeah, I do talk confidently because we do have freedom of speech in the UK, contrary to what JD Vance says, or anyone else for that matter. We do have freedom of speech. You just can't incite acts of violence. That's pretty high bar. Right, where does this go? I'm very confused. Is it there? Sorry guys, you just gotta bear with me. That's there. Just gotta work out where it goes. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. Sorry, it's just taking a little bit longer than it should do. Unless it is a spare, but I don't think this piece would be a spare. Do you? No, I wouldn't say so. This man is spitting facts. Who? What? Me? Aren't I always? No, I'm not that egotistical. Right, there. Bro hasn't watched anything. I said, no, I have amused myself a couple of times. Sometimes when I see you, when you send me an outrageous, you send me an outrageous thing. Sometimes I'll look at it and I will. Sometimes I will, because it's interesting to see what someone of your political inclination reads. And sometimes I despair. Sometimes I'm like, okay, well, that's just taken out of context or whatever. But sometimes I'm like, okay, right, I'm not even going to bother responding to that. Oh, it's here all along. It's here. Right. It goes there. Right, there we go. Okay. Bag 2. There you can see we've got some pretty cool details. We've got Hera and Ahsoka talking on a what's it called? Hologram. Then we got an A-Wing. And then we've got Admiral Akbar. Really cool. Obviously, none of this is going to be seen on the outside, but really nice detail. Very nice. I don't know why people act like you get a knock on the door if you mention anything. I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It really is. I like not taking other people's opinions seriously. No, I'm more than happy to look at them, and I have many debates with people of different political persuasions, but why have we got a plastic bag inside a paper bag? We've got a plastic bag inside a paper bag. No, I'm always up for a debate as long as we're debating in facts and not fantasy. Okay, here we have. Oh, I liked that. I like what I just said. I feel like that should be on a fridge magnet or something. I need to start selling them. If I don't get into LAN, then start a career in, I don't know, political catchphrases. Right, okay. Moving on. Bag 2. We are 5 minutes away from being an hour into the live stream. Do I think we're actually going to get this whole thing done in one live stream? Probably not, even though that's what I kind of thought might happen. But I'll get as much done as I can. Please make sure you continue to drop a like on the video. Okay. What does Saibao mean? S-Y-B-A-U. Don't know what that means. Where are we? There's that there. And that there. Okay. Great. I didn't get any responses about Tales of the Underworld, which tells me perhaps some of you might... it tells me perhaps some of you might have not watched it. Maybe I'm the only one who actually watched it on Star Wars Day. Arsenal Women Champions League. Woo! Who won? Who won? Did they win? I don't know if they won. Oh, they did! I think my dad said he was going to watch that. My family are Arsenal fans. Yeah. Oh, it's not something that can be said here. Oh, I see. I see. Well, Flowbricks, don't put rude abbreviations in the chat. Especially if I don't know what they mean. Okay. But this is quite cool. It's a decent size, and I will try and find out how much I paid for this, actually. So the retail price for this, I believe, is... Tales of continues to be a super mid show. I mean, it wasn't crazy good, but it was okay. Okay, what home 1. So, Lego. Where is it? Home 1. Where did I buy it from? Only good episodes in the entire thing is the Dooku arc. Oh, the Dooku arc was good, to be fair. Right, let's have a look. How much did I pay for the home one? Is it 753? No, 75405. What was this one? Lego Star Wars. No, I bought it off. I bought it off Amazon. I bought it off Amazon, didn't I? Home one. So I paid. View order details. £45 for this one, which is a reasonable price. I'll see how much it's going for currently. I paid £45. The retail price is 50. Oh well, it's $42.99 now. So, oh well. Well, you can get it for even cheaper than I did then. Even cheaper than I did. $42.99 is currently available. So, I wonder if I can say to Amazon, hey, can I have £2, please? Because I bought this and it's gone down. I don't think that's a thing. Anyway, I bought it for £45. You can get it for £43 actually on Amazon now. And you know what? I think that's a fair price for it. It's definitely not worth $59.99, which is the retail. I think that's the retail of it. Okay. See if I can power through this build. Where is it? Okay, great. What's everyone's most recent Lego purchase? This is where you know I'm kind of desperate for conversation ideas. Let me know, what's your most recent Lego purchase? Did you guys get anything for May the 4th at the start of the month? Are you guys eyeing up any of the June releases? In fact, I don't actually know what's releasing in June. Is there any Lego stock? Is the Battle Pack, the Ahsoka Battle Pack releasing in June? Is that a June set? And the Maul Mech, is that June as well? There's a few, if I go on my Brit. By the way, guys, do follow me on Brit. It's a great app. Lego social media sort of platform. It's really cool. I put that on wrong. But I'll go on my Lego wish list. Because you have the ability to put together a little wish list. So I think it's... Oh, Plo Koon Jedi Microfighter. Is that it? Is that a June release? If so, then definitely want to get that one. Darth Maul Mech and the Death Trooper Battle Pack. Just got the Star Destroyer with Cal Kestis. Awesome. Very, very cool. It's a great set, that one. I wonder if more people will buy the Sith Infiltrator with that anniversary Saw Gerrera minifigure. Now that Andor's released with Saw Gerrera in it. But yeah, I want to say Plo Koon's Microfighter is a June release, which in which case I would really like to get that. It's a really cool Microfighter with a exceptional minifigure for a Microfighter. Like, I actually thought the Microfighter line was going to die, but it's still here and going very strong actually with that Plo Koon set. And you know what? Here's my unpopular opinion. Death Trooper Battle Pack is dumb. Zombie Troopers is dumb. No, I think they look really... I think it was really cool. I'm a bit of a Dave Filoni fan. But no, I actually thought, like, Zombie Troopers was such a cool idea. But, Microfighters, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. Then I've been thrown off. I've been playing Battlefront 2. Forgot how peak it was. Yes, well, I know Battlefront 2 has been really, really popular in the Star Wars community in the last few days. And for good reason. It's a really good game. It's a great game. So I may hop on there and play a little bit. I mean, I stopped playing because the servers kind of went a bit dead. But it seems like it's back. So I'd love to hop on there when I go home for half term maybe and have a few games. I was going to say, which is something to do with Plo Koon. Oh, my unpopular opinion. My unpopular opinion about Plo Koon's Starfighter is I don't mind it being a microfighter and not a full Starfighter. In fact, I prefer it. Because the only reason I would have bought a £30, £40 Starfighter, full Starfighter set would be for the Plo Koon minifigure. So, if I can get that for a much smaller price and not have to store a big ship on my shelf, then great. That's my unpopular opinion with it. So, yeah. Knowing EA, they're never making Battlefront 3. Well, you say that. I think this is the last chance. If they don't do it after this revival, then I think Battlefront 3 fans or hopefuls might be cooked. Just bricklink it for £3. No, but I want the set. Like, it's a cool microfighter, and you get the dome of the astromech, and it's a really good-looking microfighter, actually. But you wouldn't have been able to bricklink it for £3 if they had brought it out in a big starfighter. So some people complaining, oh, I wish we had a starfighter to scale with the ARC 117. You know what? I don't mind. Do not mind at all. Filoni could make Ahsoka talking for a scene, and then people call it peak Star Wars. No, I don't think so. There was some bad moments in Ahsoka, certainly. Dude, I'm not Republican, I'm not conservative, I'm simply biblical. You cannot say that you're a Christian and claim to side with biblical values and at the same time with Democrat values. I'm not a Democrat, bro. I hate to break it to you, but I'm not a Democrat. I'm in the UK, first of all, so we don't have the Democrats in the UK. And at the last US election, if I had voted, would I have voted for Trump? No, of course not. Because I think Trump is almost the opposite of everything that the Bible stands for, actually, in terms of loving thy neighbor and kindness and generosity and faithfulness and all that. I don't want to get into a theological debate based on politics, but, well, a theological / political debate, but I'm firmly rooted in my biblical beliefs, which informs, I would say, my political beliefs, which, if that's the way that you do things as well, then wonderful, but we have to be reading from different books then, if you think Donald Trump represents the Bible. But I'll leave it there, okay? I'll leave it there. The devs are working on an entirely different game right now. Won't be at least another 2 to 3 years before a reveal. Is this Battlefront 3? I don't think they would. Oh, I wish they would. I wish they've had so long. They've had so long. Like, come on. I just don't. I don't understand. I mean, they haven't started working on it, have they? Unless they're keeping it under wraps. But even still, there's been so many leaked concepts. So many leaked concepts about... Battlefront 3 over the years. And many of them turned out to be true or untrue about what they were or were not developing. But all we know is that it just didn't happen. You're very based, TLB. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bombastic. Yeah, Bombastic is good. 8 years. 8 years since Battlefront 2. Goodness me. 8 years. Wow. Very impressive. Well, Easy Fox, look, we won't get into politics. I know you love your politics, bro, and I do too. I do too. So you tempt me, but no, we shall stick to Lego Star Wars and Star Wars and other discussions along those lines. But if you've got questions about TV series or life in general, then hit me. If you want to ask me biblical questions, you can ask me. We can have a biblical discussion. I don't care, but just not politics. I mean, we come from different sides of the spectrum. That's okay. That's okay. You're welcome here on the channel, and I'm glad to have you here as a supporter. So I won't let politics divide us. DICE team keeps getting smaller from EA employee cuts. They're working on whatever that new game. What? It's not a Star Wars game, is it? Or is it? Is there a new EA Star Wars game? They're focusing on FIFA or whatever. Oh, well, it was so silly, isn't it? They announced that FIFA wasn't going to happen, and then they announced that they were actually going to call it something else. Respawn would be able to get Jedi 3 done quicker if they didn't have their team focused on Apex Legends. I mean, Jedi games are really, really good, and I thought the last one was worth waiting for. I mean, I didn't play it until a year or more than that after its release, because I wasn't able to get a next-gen console until Christmas time. But that was a really, really good game. Oh, the turn-based one. Oh, no. Not that. Oh, it looked terrible. The one... Oh, no. I remember the trailer for that, and I thought, is this really what you're doing? I just think it's... You know what I think's going to happen? Because, dare I say, the game developers aren't perhaps the sharpest tools on the block, particularly the Star Wars game developers. Some of them are, I'm sure, but I just don't think they're receptive to what the Star Wars fan base actually want, which is that that game will release and it will flop because no one asked for a turn-based game that looks really quite boring and uninteresting. I mean, I thought, oh, this looks really cool until they showed what the game actually looks like, and then I realized this looks terrible. So then that game might flop, and then they might say, well, people don't want Star Wars games, so EA is not going to do Star Wars games, which would totally miss it, totally miss the mark. I hope that's not going to happen, but part of me thinks, no, that might be what happens, which is they release that game, and then that game gets an incredibly underwhelming reception because already so many people, including myself, are just so unexcited by it. But okay, well, maybe the EA executives then, not the game developers themselves. I'm sure the game developers are passionate about what they do, but the EA execs clearly looked at... we can do Battlefront 3, or we can do a turn-based game that looks, 10 years too late. And they chose that one. They got told to make a turn-based Star Wars. But what is... Hang on, can you just specify what you mean by turn-based? I think I know, but I remember looking at the thing, and I just thought... Looking at the trailer, and I thought, well, this looks cool, and then they showed what it actually looked like, and I was like, this looks terrible. And the only thing I liked about it was the conceptual footage, the, what do you call it, the footage of the animation that they'd done to promote the game, not the actual game, and I was like, what? Yep, EA devs are thick as mince. Well, maybe, it just seemed a bit silly, really. But I hope that they take notice, because, come on, the Star Wars community clearly want Battlefront 3. I would be very excited. I would definitely pre-order a Battlefront 3 and play it. And a game that I think a lot of people forgot about very quickly is the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. But I think it did very well. I don't know if it still continues to do well. I feel like it was almost a bam, suddenly everyone played it, and then everyone just hopped off like a few weeks later, which is what happened with me. So I wonder if it still does well. I think they would have made a lot of money on that, though, the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, which I was lucky enough to promote, actually. What was the name? Warner Bros. Games, who were in charge of the Skywalker Saga game, very, very kindly, back when they launched that, invited me to review it, which I just thought was absolutely insane, because they could have asked, I don't know, Star Wars Theory, and he didn't get an invite, who has millions and millions and millions of subscribers, and I did, and I had like less than 10,000 at the time, which was just crazy to me. But hey, clearly companies look at me and they see that I'm doing something right. Yeah, it was TT Games who worked on it, you're right, but the distributors were Warner Bros. Games. Okay, here we are, 2 bags in. There we go. You can still see the interior. That bag was much quicker to do than the other one. Let's do bag 3, shall we? Let's see if we can do that. Please continue to hit the like button. If you do want to donate with the link in the description, it would mean the world to me, just to help support the channel. It is a fan-funded project, so even £1 would really mean a lot. So do consider using the link in the description to support the channel. I'm live streaming less than I am, which simply means revenue's down, and then Lego sets are also down. But yeah, drop a like, that's free. Okay, let's do that. Let's do bag 3. Which is here. And then I'll probably save it's quite long. It's quite long, isn't it? I'll probably save bags 4 and 5 for another type. Okay. Right, let's go to the build cams you guys can see. I think the Easter eggs are through. I would assume so, because it looks like the interior is done. But some really cool Easter eggs. I really enjoyed those. But Fortnite, I saw someone mention, I think it was Forrest Elf just mentioned Fortnite in the chat. And yeah, that game had a big a whole Star Wars season, am I right? I don't know how seasons work. I think it just means like the theme of the game for the certain period of time. But I never played Fortnite before, which is crazy because it feels like everyone has at some point in their lives. I just never went through a Fortnite phase. But that is, I suppose, where you want active Star Wars gameplay. But at the moment, I'd go Battlefront 2. Like, if I had access to my Xbox, I would be on Battlefront 2 supporting the cause, which is get everyone on Battlefront 2 to show EA that we're actually desperate for Battlefront 3. Okay. So I think I'll save, I think I might have just said this, but I'll probably save bags 4 and 5 for another live stream. Because I don't want to overuse my voice. I've actually got rehearsals for singing at church again tomorrow, so I want to make sure I've still got a singing voice. But it would just be nice to get 2 live streams out of it. Because the other thing I have to build is the Brickheads Luke. I could always bring the U-Wing here, but then it would mean I have to bring it back before summer, so I don't know. Who knows? I'll work something out. James L. Jones literally gave permission for Star Wars to use the right to AI for his voice. Yes, he did, didn't he? And I think that was to do with something like, well, why can't I just continue making money for my family? And I think that's like a great idea. Like, he obviously passed away, rest in peace, but in giving Star Wars permission to use his voice as a, you know, AI, and they'll have to pay royalties to his family. So his family are kind of set for life now. So I suppose that's the dream, isn't it? To leave this world and know that your family are all set because your voice is going to be used for years to come, and you're going to make loads of money from it. This is a great... Oh, you're talking about Star Wars Fortnite and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't actually get many answers to what your latest Star Wars purchases were. Not Star Wars purchases. Well, you could do Star Wars purchases as well, but Lego purchases in particular. Which Lego set have you bought most recently? For me, it is that Luke Skywalker brickhead that I got at the Lego store. In a YouTube short, actually, which I posted, which got 11,000 views, which was amazing. Really good. Sorry I'm late. No worries, Gamer29. No worries. Good to see you. Good to have you here. I'm on bag 3 if you're interested. Hello, I'm here. I bought the U-Wing. Awesome. Awesome. Have you built it yet? If you have, what do you think of the minifigures? Particularly Dedra. That's the one that I remember when it got revealed, people were saying, oh, it's going to look dodgy because it's not dual molded legs. So I'm interested in, I suppose, what it looks like. But I'll know because I will build that set. Whatever I got for Christmas. Can't be that memorable, can it, Flo Briggs? Speaking of Christmas, Babu Frick Perfect Fig. Yes, Lego Babu Frick in the Advent Calendar. That is not something that I saw coming. And I think people are right to suggest that that mold is going to be reused for the Mandalorian and Grogu film. It just makes so much sense. But yeah, the exclusive Babu Frick in the Advent Calendar is going to be really cool. The B2 Emo droid build as well is great. I think there could have been a couple more figs, but then I realized, oh, it's a droid, like a Christmas Jawa as well. It's meant to be like a droid workshop Advent Calendar, which is such a fun idea. Really fun. Is it Babu Frick, though, or is it just an Anzellan? I think it's Babu Frick. You've not streamed since I started my GCSEs. Wow. Well, how are they going? How are they going? I think you're probably a couple of weeks in. I bet you're very familiar with your place in the exam hall and opening exam papers and everything. But good for you. Just relaxing, taking the time to watch a live stream. And sometimes you need to do that. You need to take your downtime. I certainly did when I did my GCSEs and A-levels. Like, after an exam, I would just have downtime and then get on with my revision after having some downtime. But you can't work in a, you know, productive way when you've just finished an exam. You have to take time to decompress. It is Babu. Ah, great. That's awesome. So we have now kind of got the Rise of Skywalker minifigures that we wanted, but just in really weird ways. So for example, Dark Rey we got in the Dark Millennium Falcon. Babu Frick we got in an Advent Calendar. Emperor Palpatine from the Rise of Skywalker is in the book, not the Force of Creativity, the Lego Star Wars Visual Dictionary book. So weirdly enough, Lego did give us those weird minifigures from the Rise of Skywalker that everyone wanted, but just in a very strange way. So props to Lego for actually giving us those minifigures. I thought we were going to get a Duel on Exegol set and get get Palpatine that way. Maybe get a Babu's Workshop set. Or a duel on the Death Star and get Dark Ray in that. And suddenly they've all showed up in just weird sets. Who's Claude? Claude? I don't know who that is. I mean, my main ones from The Rise of Skywalker were those three. Babu, Emperor Palpatine, somehow returning, and then Dark Ray. Those are the ones that I really wanted to see. You are now under examination conditions. Yep. Are you also doing exams, Beta Bricks? If you are, best of luck. Switch to the build cam just so you guys can see it all coming along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, Flo. Well, Flo does have insider knowledge, but his sources are very dubious. The amount of times over the past year I was told, "Oh, this is happening. Actually, it's not happening. This is happening. Actually, is a fake." I'm like, come on, bro, get your sources together. You just finished off your A-levels. Wow, congratulations. This is very early to have finished your A-levels. Like, end of May. End of May or early June. Sorry, a bit of musical theatre reference there. But yeah, I'm surprised. I certainly didn't finish my A-levels until mid-June last year. Also feels crazy that I did A-levels last year. Like, just feels so long ago. Very long ago. Shush, sources. Yes, those sources. I mean, you got some stuff right, but you claimed so many things that, you know, I could have made a bunch of guesses up and then probably got some of them right. They got like a 60% success rate after. Okay, well, 60% is still pretty good. They put all the components together. Oh, well, good for you. Which A-levels did you do, Beta Bricks? Just trying to work out how this goes. I am going to finish up after this bag, so last chance to drop a like if you do want to consider donating with a link in the description. That would be awesome. Otherwise, no worries. Just keep liking, stick around until the end, and then I'll be back on another live stream to finish this bad boy off. Which is actually a really fun build. I didn't expect it to be, because sometimes these MIDI scale builds, you know, you haven't got any minifigures to look forward to, and they can kind of drag on. But no, you know what? It's been really, really fun building this set. Some great Easter eggs, including a Ahsoka Easter egg, which I thought was really cool and unexpected. I know me and Green Goose have. The papers I set so far have been easy, other than the maths higher that had 17 questions. Don't even get me started about maths. It's my idea of a nightmare. But you know what? I got a 6, which is equivalent to a B if you don't use the number system in wherever you're from. Which I have no idea how I did that. If you put that paper in front of me now, I would not be able to do that. Which I think just shows how silly the school system is, actually. Like, you train to pass exams and then forget all the stuff that you learned. Just a bit silly. But that's the world in which we live in. Personally, I would have preferred to get knowledge on things that are, like, actually helpful. Like, I don't know, cooking. Give me a cooking class. Like, how helpful would that have been if every day from, like, year 11, you had a cooking class once a week and you learned to cook? Like, how cool would that be? Or, I don't know, fitness, but, like, actual, not PE, but fitness, how to keep fit. Or, I don't know, understanding things like taxes and where your money goes, or political education, things that the world generally is fairly uneducated about. But unfortunately, we're left trying to learn equations that we will most likely never, ever need to know. I got 3 GCSEs and I'm doing just fine. Just remember, they don't define your life. Oh, absolutely, Flowbricks, absolutely. You're right. Okay. Let's pop this together. It goes like that. Nice. Okay, just connecting this like... Oh, no. It's that way. Bear with me. Just goes like that. Oh! Oh dear. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I put it on so firmly that this bit came off. Great. Nice. It's got a very cool shape, isn't it? It's a very unusual shape. It's not just another grey triangle, as some people like to describe Lego Star Wars sets as, but this one is certainly not that. It's very unique and very fun. And not a ship that I thought we would see in Lego, you know, in this way. I didn't think... I was quite surprised when this showed up. But you know what? It's a great way to do it, because we're probably not going to get a play-scale Home 1 set anytime... Well, I'd never say never, but I don't think it's very likely. Didn't you say in your Instagram post you're finishing the set? I did say I was aiming to finish it before realising it had way more bags than I thought it was, so I should probably have thought that through before saying, yeah, I'm going to finish the set. So yeah, that was my bad, gamer. But I will finish it on another live stream, just not today. Because I've been talking for how long? An hour and 20 minutes already, so... Gotta rest my voice. Super cool story, Boba Fett calls him a knockoff. Calls who a knockoff? Jodo Cast. I don't know who these people are. I don't know. Okay. Oh. Almost there. Almost there. Yeah, Flowbricks does have some unusual knowledge when it comes to Star Wars. But you know what? Fair enough. Fair enough, honestly. I'm very good when it comes to my Star Wars canon knowledge, but when it gets to, you know, comic books and stuff that's not in the films, TV series, that's where I just fall to pieces, because I just don't know. Sometimes my grandparents, my grandma would say to me, oh, if you ever go on, I don't know, like Mastermind, pick Star Wars as your category. And I think I would do quite well, but probably not if they came out with some really, really obscure questions. But I feel like for the general public, my Star Wars knowledge is significantly above average. But if you put me in, I don't know, Star Wars Celebration against ultra Star Wars fans, I probably wouldn't do crazily well. Also having your pieces going to airplane mode. What do you mean your piece is going to airplane mode? Okay. Look at his Instagram. Well, I will. Bear with me. I'm very nearly done. Just got a few more bits and pieces to do. But yeah, it's been nice to live stream again. It's been a while. 20 days. Wow. 20 days. But that's what happens when I knew the time would come when I'd be so busy, but I'm still keeping it up. I'm still doing it. And over the summer, gonna build the UCS 8080. Really excited about that. I may actually hate building it, but I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Pablo the Rhodian or Pablo I don't know who these people are. I think you might be making up Star Wars character names. Wouldn't want to accuse you of that offense, though. Okay. And then that goes there. I assume that. Nice. Right, these are spares then. Great, so this is the Lego Star Wars Home 1, and you can see the interior. So what's quite cool is that we built it so that you can see on one side you've got the interior with your Admiral Akbar, your A-Wing, and your little representations of characters. And on the other side, you've got the exterior. Now, next time we'll build the exterior for that, and then build the stand, and then it will look really cool. But that is it for today. There you go, you can see. Looking pretty good on this side, very much incomplete, but I'm pretty happy with my progress. Thank you so much to everybody who has tuned in today. It's been really nice to have a pretty good audience, so thank you so much, everybody. Sorry to Lego Tours and I, who just said I'm back, because that means you've turned up just as I'm leaving. But it's been great to live stream. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Paul Kahn, for the £10 donation. Really do appreciate that. How many likes did we get in the end? We got 29 likes. You know what? I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. One more person like and we'll be at 30 likes to finish the live stream. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I shall see you all on the next live stream. Take care. Bye-bye.